change makers, and welcome to The Core, sponsored by Red Apple EdCo. This is your everything education podcast. We talk about current events, books to read. We interview education leaders, hear their stories, learn from their biggest lessons, and they share what they wish you knew about what it means to be in education today. I'm your host, Dr. Kia Turner. Buckle up for small seeds of inspiration that can lead to big changes in your classroom practice. Let's take a bite out of today's guest. Hi, you guys. This is our third take of this video. It is Dr. Kia here at EdCampTABSE in Houston, and now we're at Station, this pretty cool co-working EdTech Hub startup place. And we both went to EdCamp here for the TABSE conference. And so this is Bradford Harris. He's an education technology coach. You guys know I love those. Remember, Shay Smith from California is a tech TOSA, okay? Technology support for teachers needs to be mobile and should be readily available everywhere. Shout out to all the districts that don't have that yet. Keep it in mind. So can you tell us a little bit more about being a technology coach? Does that mean that you support students solely, or do you also dig into how to use technology to support teachers? Kind of, what does it look like?
Well, I actually do a little bit of both, but this year my focus has really been on the teachers and instructing them on growing in their technology integration, no matter if it's super techie or low techie.
Okay.
My focus has really been on them so they can empower themselves and empower the students.
I love that. And so when you say that you're using technology to help foster teacher professional development, What does that look like? Does that look like one-on-one, you go into a classroom and saying, hey, I know that you haven't learned how to use your Google tools yet, so let's sit down and do that? Or does that look like, hey, I want you guys to know about Twitter chats as a building and how you can use those to develop?
Well, think about it like this. When we're teachers, different teachers, we put our students into tiers or into groups.
That's true. That's true.
So I do the same thing with my adults. I don't, not necessarily here's their folder, but mentally, I think we talked about this in the
EdCamp. Yeah, we did.
I put them in groups and tiers on how they learn. There may be one teacher that, hey, I want to use the interactive boards, I want to use Twitter chats, I want to do Google, I want to do all this stuff because I'm ready for it. There may be one teacher that decides, hey, I just want to do Google Docs.
Okay.
There may be one teacher that says, hey, I just need to be better help with my email. It just depends on what level they're at and how and where I can get them to grow.
And you're providing all those different support needs.
I'm providing all of those needs.
Wow.
I'm providing all those needs. But it's just to help them to grow. I had to take a step back because when I came into the profession, of course, I'm coming in as a teacher.
Yeah.
So I'm coming in thinking about the kids. And there's nothing wrong with thinking about the kids. In fact, I encourage people to think about the kids. But my focus was wrong because I realized that the kids are going to get it. For the most part, they're going to get what you give them.
Yeah.
I had to take a step back and look at, okay, who am I really servicing? I need to service my teachers. So one of the biggest conversations that I know we had was, we have no problem telling children that you're behind, I need you to catch up, in a professional way.
Right.
But we've never really told adults, you're behind.
Ooh.
I need you to catch up. And that's not just with technology. That could be with whatever content they're in. I need you to study up on this math, and you need to look at Miss So-and-so and you need to go visit Miss So-and-so in this class to see how they're growing their kids in the content. So that's a hard pill to swallow for them because we get paid. I don't know how much teachers get paid everywhere, but let's say
tens of thousands of dollars
a year.
Yeah.
We've gone to the universities, we've gotten our degrees, we're salaried people, but we never stop to think about how we're not growing. We get the content and we're done. We're good for 25 years.
Sometimes 35, 40.
Sometimes 35. As an educator, we have to keep growing. Think about this. When you're getting surgery from a surgeon and all they've noticed that 25 years of practice, is that who you want to do a surgery on you?
That's a no.
That's a no.
Yeah.
If it's something that's the latest and greatest that they've studied on and they've practiced it and they know that it works and you can follow up on them, you want that doctor, not the doctor that's just done 20 years practice.
There you go.
Or if you're trying to get out of jail, no, I don't condone that. But you want the best person that's going to practice what they preach.
Okay. Well, you guys know I use Screencastify Lite, the free version. We are going to run through my questions really quick with Bradford, and then I'll leave his contact information in the bio I write up for him, including his website.
Yes.
Okay, so question 1, why do you teach? What is it that motivates you to continue in this education space?
Because I love to watch learners grow. Not just children, but adults. I have a passion for learning. I didn't think I would be in the education field, but it was because of my own daughter who has a disability. Watching her grow and learn, that inspired me to get others to grow and learn as well.
That's powerful. Okay, question 2. What's one thing you're doing in your practice right now that excites you? Kind of a wave in education you're seeing that you're like, yes, bring it on. I am so excited to see this.
One thing that I'm doing in my practice right now is showing people that there are resources out there. You just talked about Screencastify is free. We're always looking for that one thing that's going to change the way we teach. That's not really out there.
Oh, he said it.
I did say it, but we can find resources. For example, you're using Screencastify. You got a mic. You seem to think that we have to have this grand studio, this grand program to reach somebody and to do something. And as teachers, we don't get that a lot. So we have to, I call it hashtag make it work. We have to make it work. We have to make it work. So my big thing is what's out there that we can already use for free.
I love that. So then question 3, what is one resource that you think every educator should know about?
One resource that I think every educator should know about.
And now it has to be free. You set that up for us.
Well, it has to be free. Well, then I'm going to just say it. The search tools, Google, Bing, whatever it is, that's the one free tool that I can tell you.
Amen.
Asking Google a simple question. People ask me all the time, how did you know all that stuff, Google? Did you go to school for that? No, Google.
Amen.
I did go to school to get my master's in education technology, but a lot of the questions that you ask me, I sometimes don't know, so I'll ask, how do you do
Google
this?
will make you an Insta expert. It will. All you do is ask Google and you try it, and then you're like, that worked. Let me tell others about this thing I just Googled. I love that. That is very true because sometimes teachers feel like they have to just go through these courses. You know, it's kind of the way we're wired. I need to get certified in all of this. You need to ask Google.
Right.
Google can set you free.
And there's some great stuff that out there. I will plug in for Flipgrid because my Flipgrid family is awesome. And that has changed the way I get professional development by doing videos. Videos are really big right now in the education world.
So number 4, what was your last aha moment as a professional where you were like, I got it. I can see how this is paying off. Or I see how all of these things fit together. That charges me up.
My last aha moment. I did tell you what EdCampTABSE, and it very much is, but I didn't get to tell you this, but my last aha moment was TCEA, that's our state conference, and I was a finalist for Instructional Technology Specialist of the Year. And I'll just put it out there. First in my district that I know of, first maybe African American male. I don't know. I don't know if I should put that out there or not, because I haven't done the research.
That's okay. The first that you know of, that's fine. That's still significant.
I will say, walking into the conference, I didn't know the next person that you're going to interview will tell you that she saw my face plastered everywhere along with the other nominees, and that really felt good. So I don't say that to boast about myself. I say it because I want people to know that there are people like us that are out there that think that education is important and that we're reaching. We as people of color need to be out there promoting and sharing our ideas on education and reaching our Black and brown children. Yes, our white children are important too, but we need to be out there. And that's why I did it. Not for the fame and glory, even though that's great, but for little kids, I want them to know that there are people like me that are out there that are trying to share knowledge.
Okay, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Tell us, what is one thing you think every educator should know? One message you want to broadcast to people in this space?
Never stop growing. Never stop learning.
Never stop learning. Just
because you have a master's or a doctorate or an undergrad degree doesn't mean education stops. Always learn, always share, always grow.
You can follow Bradford on Twitter. Tell us your handle.
At EdTechTinker and my website, edtechtinker.com.
I'll include both in your bio. We made it to 10 minutes.
We made it.
Third time's a charm. Bye, guys.
That's all we have for today. Thank you for listening to The Core. Wherever you are listening to us, be sure to like our show, subscribe, and share the episode that's meant the most to you. We appreciate every single one of our subscribers, as do our sponsors. We look look forward to seeing you next week. You can also check us out on YouTube at Red Apple EdCo if you'd like to see more video of these conversations. We have them posted there.